What's going on? How you doing today? Hope you're doing good, because you know I'm doing good. Certified Lover Boy, got it on the hoodie. Certified Lover Boy just dropped. It's review time. So let's get into it. Let's start off with the overall review. Very cohesive album. It's such an easy listen. Perfect 21 songs put together. Another thing, it doesn't sound like any other Drake album. It's just so unique in a way. This is an album you can listen to and find new things in for years. I know I'm going to be listening to this for years. As far as where it sits amongst all of his other albums, I don't think I'll be able to give a grasp of that for like at least a month or two. I can definitively say that it's better than Thank Me Later and Scorpion, just because of the cohesiveness of this album. Those two albums I think were at times a little bit all over the place, especially with Scorpion. Like Scorpion's only 4 minutes longer than Certified Lover Boy. But listening to Scorpion feels so much longer than listening to Certified Lover Boy. Like Certified Lover Boy, as I said, flies by, but Scorpion, it just seems like it's such a longer listen. So that's why I just think it's automatically better than those two albums. But as far as like where it ranks amongst the top tier, you know, the views, the take cares, the nothing was the same. I'm gonna add if you're reading this, even though it's a mixtape. As far as what sits amongst those, it's gonna take me a little while until I memorize the words and get a better thought of like what Drake is trying to get the listener to feel, you know? For example, Views is my favorite album. I've had 5 years. I was in high school when it dropped, and now I'm out of college, so Views is just something that's nostalgic now. All right, let's get more in depth. So I'm not gonna go song to song, but I have to start off with the intro, because intros to Drake albums are always, intros to any album I guess, are always so important to how you perceive what's about to happen. Like what is gonna happen in this next, I'll say hour, because that's what an average album is. Drake has always given top tier intros, and we got another one this time. My favorite intro is Keep the Family Close, because it just keeps building and building, and then there's like a cinematic ending to that. So that's my favorite one. And then Tuscan Leather, that's my second favorite. I think Champagne Poetry takes something from both of those intros and puts it together. I don't think it's better, but I think it takes inspiration from both of them. Like for example, it has the build up like both of them, and then the slowness and great background vocals of Keep the Family Close, and then the separate verses from like Tuscan Leather. So I think it takes some of the best things from both of those intros and puts it into one. So that's really cool that he did that. So now, standout. Fair Trade is 100% the best song on this album. It might be the best, it's up there with one of the best songs I've heard in my life. The way Travis Scott comes into that song, that is crazy. His background voices and Drake singing in the foreground might be the most beautiful thing I've heard. If you don't like Drake, I don't understand that, but if you don't like Drake for some reason, but you like music, listen to that song. You can even skip to like, what is it, like 2 minutes in? Just skip to where Travis comes in. That's the first time I ever said that in my life. But if you don't like Drake for some reason, skip to where Travis comes in and just hear that beautiful sound of Travis coming in as Drake's leaving. I'm gonna deviate from Drake and talk about Travis Scott entering songs. He is the best person to randomly enter into a feature. Like I remember on Hot, like, ooh, cash, money, ooh, you know? And then on Dark Knight Dummy with Trippie Redd. And then, there's another one that's on the top of my head. I'm gonna find it right now. Diamonds Dancing, the song on the Slime Language album. Diamonds Dance, the way Travis comes into that song is crazy. Other standouts are No Friends in the Industry, and Drake spazzed on that. Not Around and Love All. Perfect mixture of Drake genres, like he had a dance hall song on it, and then obviously all the R&B, all the hip hop, and just all the trap music. Just every single Drake genre you would want is on this album. As far as features, I think Future did what he had to do on these. Sometimes when he's on songs with Drake, at least to me, he gets overshadowed a lot, but he did what he had to do on these. And then obviously Travis had the best feature. Jay-Z went in. The Nicki Minaj cameo was really funny. 21's verse was really cool until this. I'm gonna put it on the screen. This line right here. This line was the only time during the whole album that I stopped and got mad at what somebody said. I was like, 21, that's not a bar, bro. Like that one bar, I was like, it stopped me from. I was like, oh, and then I just I was like, 21, what was that? All the other features were good as well. My #1 favorite bar was on the last song, Anxiety is a Drug to Get the Job Done. That was my favorite bar of the whole album. The Antetokounmpo one was funny because he randomly said Puto. I was like, why did he just say Puto? And then he rhymed Antetokounmpo. I was like, oh my God, Drake. And then on the same song, the one the slide in the third bass one. All right, and now the outro has to be talked about because Drake obviously has some legendary outros like Do Not Disturb. Also, The Ride is one of my favorite Drake songs. I think this outro is amazing as well. I thought this one was really good because it gets you ready to go back and listen to it again. Coming up on the end, the last thing I'm talking about is the album cover. I wish he gave a cooler album cover. I look at Views and I'm like, this is so cool. He's sitting on top of the CN Tower. I remember before I knew about Photoshop, I was like, did Drake go on top of the CN Tower? I just love that. I love that album cover and I wish he gave us something as cool as that. The concept of Certified Lover Boy is so cool that I wish he added a little bit more, but I get the significance because he was 9 months late. Plus, Drake can do whatever he wants. The cover doesn't really matter as much as the music does. Thanks for watching. Great album. Like I said, I might talk about where it sits amongst my favorite albums later, like in the Drake catalog. But right now, I can't really do that. I gotta listen to it more. So I'm gonna go do that. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. In too deep. In too deep. In too deep. Yeah.